Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenaton, and welcome to Legends of Runeterra, where today I've got a deck I've been playing a lot of recently. I've been playing it since the new patch came out. I've been having a good time with this deck. I've had some decent success with it. What it is, if you haven't guessed by now, according to the title of the video and the thumbnail, it's a Lux Karma control deck. I've been playing it a little bit. This card, I've had a little success, made it to top 100 of Masters, ranked 97. Sure, it's low, fairly low-ish Masters, but it's got some strength to it. Today we're gonna go through the deck itself, talk about all the cards in the deck, and I'll show a couple of games of how the deck works because it has a few ways to play the deck. I don't think it's gonna be iffy if I'll be able to get a game where I show every single way to win. But there are multiple plans of attack with the deck, and it's got good early game, good mid game, good late game. Love the deck. A little bit clunky in the mid game, but it's still a good deck. So let's talk about the deck. Let's start with the early game. Early game, it's like a lot of decks I like to play. Skips turn 1 and turn 2, banks up 3 spell mana. Turn 3, you got a few options. You can start with an Emerald Awakener. This is probably your weakest play, and you probably honestly don't even want to do that unless you have to, like your opponent's playing some kind of Piltover and Zon, Noxus aggro burn list, or maybe an elusive list with something like Zed as well. So I'd say, like, again, certain decks, maybe even just skip playing Awakener on 3, because he kind of sucks it as a 2-2 with lifesteal, but sometimes you just need that 3-mana 2-2 with lifesteal. Preferably, you'd rather play either Shadow Assassin or Solitary Monk, because these cards are great. Shadow Assassin is played because it's probably like one of the best cards in the game at the moment. 3-mana 2-2 elusive, it draws a card. And Solitary Monk, just a 3-mana 4-3 with elusive. That's pretty much it. And in control matchups, you can squeeze out a little bit of value with this by like playing a Shadow Assassin, and then maybe playing a Solitary Monk and replaying the Shadow Assassin to get another card, squeeze a little bit of value out of this card, but it's still, you're mostly playing Monk because it's a card you can play on 3 that's good to play on 3. It's elusive, so it helps block and slow down elusive decks, and it goes well with Standalone, which is one of the avenues of attack with this deck. You play a 3-drop on turn 3, or even a 4-drop, an elusive drop, basically, Shadow Assassin, Monk, or Kinku Lifeblade. And then you play Standalone. And then you have a big elusive lad. Like a 5-5 Assassin, a 5-5 Kinku Lifeblade, so a 5-5 Lifestealing elusive. That's very tough to deal with early on. Or a 7-6 Solitary Monk, which is going to kill your opponent extremely quickly. That's why Relentless Pursuit is in the deck. While this deck is more of a control deck, I have won games on turn 5, 6-ish by just playing like going turn 1 pass, turn 2 pass, turn 3 Solitary Monk, attack in, play Standalone, crack in for 7, and then my opponent will pass back to me, and then it'll be turn 5, crack in again, and play Relentless Pursuit and kill them on turn 5. Sounds good. Now, obviously, this is a dream case scenario where your opponent's not interacting with you, or they're not playing elusives, or they don't have a way to deal with your monk or something. And of course, you probably don't want to always go all in the game like that, because you do have good late game. Besides the deck, you also have other cards such as Prismatic Barrier. It's just a good card because you want to protect your karmas, your luxes. It helps you protect your standalone unit. And it's just a 3-mana card. Like, being able to be cast with only spell mana, very important with a deck that's skipping turn 1 and 2 to bank 3 mana. So 3-mana spells in general are just value with a deck like this. Also why we have Twin Disciplines. Card's not that good, but combined with cards such as like Assassins, Monks, and other such things, just lets you block well. Use it on Kinku Lifeblade to gain a lot of life, as you might have lost some life early on. Helps you protect your units from dying. Just a solid card. It does its job. It's never going to be too amazing, unless, of course, you got Karma out, in which case all your spells are amazing. What else do we have here? Oh, yeah, Standalone. I guess I should talk about this card as well. This card is busted. Now, sure, there is a downside of you need only one ally on the field, but still, this card is great. It can hit both like regular followers and champs. So, sometimes it'll be hitting Karma or Lux. Probably not though, because by the time Karma and Lux are coming down, you probably have already used the standalone unless you top deck it, in which case you probably are going to struggle actually casting this. But the upside of this card, the ceiling on this card, it's so high. You put out, like I said earlier, you put out one of your elusives, you play a standalone, you just start cracking into your opponent. Your opponent's going to be on the back foot. They're going to be having to deal with a big elusive unit. Maybe they'll play elusives themselves. Maybe they'll chump block. Maybe they'll use some combat tricks and block. And then you can be like, oh, well, here's my twin disciplines. Here's my prismatic barriers. So great card. And then you've got Relentless Pursuit, of course, to really take advantage of standalone. You could cut a couple of, you could cut maybe a Relentless Pursuit and some barriers and twin disciplines as flex spots for other cards, like the third Deny, maybe. So, yeah, there's flex spots in the deck too. Like this Riposte is a flex spot as well. The Riposte is basically just here as the fourth barrier. Next up, though, going down the list, we got the Deny itself. We kind of just need Deny. This card is just good. Sure, it's been nerfed, but it's still powerful. It lets you protect your cards from, say, a Ruination. Harrowing is still scary. You just like to have a single, at least one Deny. Having two, so you will usually draw one by the time the big, fat, thick bomb spells start to come down. It's just nice. So, only two for now. In certain metas, it'll go up to 3. In other metas, maybe even down to 1, maybe even 0. 3 Kinku Life Blades, even though this guy's been nerfed from a 2-3 to a 2-2, he's still a good card. Another target for standalone. Very good because he's an elusive, like we said earlier, with Rally. Helps you deal with elusive decks like Zed elusive decks, Kinku elusive, however you want to call that deck. Blocks well, helps you gain some life too, which is nice. Just an overall solid card. Doesn't block as well as he used to since he's not a 2-3, but that's fine. You got things like Barrier, Discipline, and other such things to help him out. Riposte as another barrier, as his Spirit Refuge, along with giving some life gain, so you don't die. You just basically, like, all these barriers, they're here for the late game. They're here to protect your Karmas, your Luxes, and they're basically meant to, like, let you start to win the game. Next up, though, 3 Will of Ionias. Card is great. A popular deck at the moment is Demacia Mid with Big Daddy Garen. The problem with Garen is he's a 5-mana 5/5. Kind of just do nothing when you play him. Your opponent plays like a 5-mana Garen or just any kind of like really big unit that doesn't do anything when they attack, or just doesn't have a thing they do when they enter the battlefield. They don't like create other units when they attack, kind of like Zed and Hecarim or stuff like that. They go like, okay, I drop Garen, and you're like, well, okay, I'll just Will of Ionia that and bounce it back to your hand. And they're like, well, that was my turn. Great tempo. Also just a good like card in general, because you can use it on your own units to bounce your own units back. Say you're against a very hard control deck with things like Ruination. You can bounce back your Karmas or Luxes. If you don't have your Deny, you can bounce back a Shadow Assassin and such. Very, very good card. Kind of like Deny. Certain metas, you'll want less of them. Like in certain metas, you'll want less Will of Ionias and more Denies, and vice versa. They usually go in tandem. Like in metas where you want more Wills, kind of want less Denies, because a meta where you want lots of Wills means there's a lot of big, slow, beefy, mid-rangey units like Garen. Not too many spells going and being casted that can be denied. Next up, we got one of the 2 champions of the deck, Karma. She is value. Don't be afraid to cast Karma on 5, even if you have no spell mana up sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta do it and get those random spells to try and roll for the value. You probably don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, but sometimes I've been like, okay, I'll just drop Karma. Especially if you have cards in your hand that will protect her. Like if you have Spirit Refuges, Riposte, Disciplines, Denies, etc., and you can just drop a Karma on turn 5, even if you have no spell mana. I will sometimes do that depending on what my opponent is playing, because I'll be like, I just need something on the board to help block. I'll be like, I want to force my opponent to have a way to deal with karma. Maybe they've attacked already, so they can't attack again with a challenger unit. Maybe they're not on Piltover and Zon, so maybe they don't have Get Excited. Great card, Karma. Don't really need to talk to her. You usually don't want to play her until she levels up for her level up ability, because then you get the fun stuff going on. She levels up, she gets double spells, works really well with Lux and the whole 6 mana thing you got going, because a lot of your spells are 3 mana to double them up to activate Lux. Let's talk about Lux now. Lux 6 mana 4/5. Cast 6 mana, get the Final Spark. Final Spark, for those of you who don't know, 0 mana, deal 4 to an enemy unit. It's a fleeting spell, so you gotta cast it or you lose it. It has Overwhelm, and it's a slow speed spell. Can't do anything, can't do any cute tricks with it because of slow speed. But because of the Overwhelm, you can use this to just start to kill your opponent. Great card. Great card. The main reason why we play Lux, and probably one of your main control-y spells. Again, don't be afraid to just drop Lux on 6, because she also has her barrier when she comes down, so she might be able to take some damage too and block. Your opponent drops a unit, you can just slam a Lux down before they attack. And then use Lux to block because barrier. Nice. So yeah. Got a 1 of Judgment as well. This card is a flex card as well. I like it. By itself, it can be used with Lux to just get a Final Spark and level her up. It's fine. Sometimes I've had games where I've had to just Judgment on turn 5 or turn 6 and pray because my opponent just flooded the board. I would have say just a Solitary Monk, turn 3 Solitary Monk, turn 4 something, turn 5 Judgment, and pray my opponent had no way to interact with it. So, just a 1 of, though. Could run more if you wanted, but we're not like a Fiora deck or something where Judgment's that great. So, very good deck. Got multiple avenues of attack. You can start early. If you get a good early start with a early elusive unit that gets hit by a standalone and become a big elusive unit, crack in, play Relentless Pursuit. You got super strong late game with the combination of Karma and Lux. Karma just creating double spells. Lux giving you all Final Sparks to just blast your opponent's board. And then the 2 girls themselves, they actually kind of hit hard. 5/4 and then 5/6. That's a lot of damage when they're actually attacking. And you got a lot of ways to protect them. You got 3 barriers, a riposte. 3 refuges, a riposte, and 3 prismatic barriers. Disciplines, denies, etc., etc. Really fun deck. Like I said and like I showed, I've been having a decent amount of success. Sure, some people are like, it's nothing, streamer. Get to rank 1 and come back. But I just felt I've been having fun with this deck. I wanted to show it off to you guys. So, that's enough rambling. I believe I've talked enough about the deck. Let's see it in action. Let's get into a couple of games here. Okay, we got Gamer God X. All right, nice name. Normally I would be a little afraid because he's playing some Teemo stuff, but there's no Draven or Jinx here. So either he's memeing around because Masters and people like to meme around, or he's an aggro deck without Draven or Jinx. Just keep a 3-drop, find a 3-drop, keep a 3-drop, shuffle stuff back. I kind of didn't want to draw this many things. I want to draw at least 1 3-drop. I was looking for standalone, basically. When I have an early 3-drop, especially a good one like Solitary Monk, I want to find standalone. Beautiful. Now this is a problem. All right, hopefully I don't lose to Teemo with this deck. This will be very embarrassing if I lose to this. But I should be fine. So, as you can see, turn 1, turn 2, pass, turn 3, play the Solitary Monk. Now, will I actually play standalone? I'm not 100% sure if I want to, because I'm a little afraid of Get Excited.
What did you find today?
Obviously, I will attack in,
No weapon.
but I don't think I'll play standalone. I think I'm going to take this If they play Get Excited, I'm going to... I actually am trying to think here. I think I'll protect this. This is kind of like Deny, and this way I can push a lot of damage in, because this is going to be 7 damage to the face. Just kill them before they can do any kind of mushroom things, because it does seem like my opponent's memeing around with some Teemo mushroom deck. Speaking of mushrooms, hello. Here, depending on, well, I was going to say depending on what my opponent does, I kind of just want to pass and bank 3 mana. Since my opponent played a unit, I'm just going to slam Kinku Lifeblade. So they'll attack in with the 4/3, I assume. I'll take this damage. I'm not a coward. Go ahead. 6 damage. I could block like this, like use the 7/3 to block the 2/2. I don't want to because I'm scared of Mystic Shot, so I'm just going to take it. And it means I can't like attack in with a Solitary Monk against a Teemo, so I'm just going to take this all. Now, this is good, though. I get a hold up Deny and Twin Disciplines. I even get a nice Will of Ionia. Just crack back in. This is one of the ways that this deck plays. Just the elusive game plan of... Ooh, what have you got? Mystic Shots. I kind of want to... Twin Disciplines that. And save my Lifeblade Sun. Because lifesteal. I'm a little worried about Get Excited. Like, Get Excited to kill the Solitary Monk. But it's fine. Okay. I think I'm very, very far ahead. They have nothing here. I could rally now, too.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk. Or wumps, am I right?
I think I'm going to rally. It feels good. I crack in for 9. I do it again. Let me see if my opponent attacks in. There's no way they won't attack in with this kind of board. I will take this damage. I could block and Judgment to try and clear the board. I don't like that play because they're holding up 6 mana. Basically, they're holding up Beam... Not Beam, Get Excited and Mystic Shot mana. So I'm just going to take this damage and crack back with Relentless Pursuit and then attack again. And this way I can hold up Deny and Will of Ionia as well. In fact, I should have played Relentless Pursuit before the damage happened. That is why I didn't want to... That is why I didn't want to play Judgment. Please don't have Get Excited. But I am a little worried. We've gone a little all in on the elusives. I mean, we're completely all in on the elusives because... Alright, this is fine.
I've always been a fun guy.
Like, we went a little all in on elusives, but again, it's okay. Because... I don't really have a response. There's not really a good response here because I'm dying. Huh, this is interesting. I'm just going to attack like this. See what my opponent does. They're going to mushroom me a lot. Like, this is a little bit of a problem. They're just playing a lot of mushrooms. I might be forced to try to Judgment here. Like, try for a big Judgment. I kind of hate this play, but I'm doing it.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk. Or wumps, am I right?
I think I do have to try the Judgment play on Solitary Monk. If I don't die here. Alright, they only have 2 cards in hand though, so I might be fine. Please do not let me die to a meme. Let's see, like this. Alright, so if they can stop this Judgment, I'm fine and I won't die. But still, I really hope they can't stop this. Oh, it worked. Oh, thank God it worked. Now, the only way I die is if I draw, like, 7 mushrooms. That's gonna be a problem. Uh-oh. More mushrooms? You didn't want to play it, huh? Don't do too many. 3 mushrooms. Okay, not bad, not bad.
Fast as wind.
Just want to attack in. And now I'll just rally. Let's see. Is it enough? It should be enough. With 1 card left in their hand, they can't stop this. Easy. Lovely game. Let's get another game in. Hopefully where we win with Lux and Karma this time. All right. We just got done with that game. We're against Zafiro XD. Seems like he's playing some spider aggro. I'm a little scared. I feel like this is a bad matchup for me. I don't even really want to keep the Prismatic Barrier because I want to find something that can block fearsome stuff. But I'll keep the Shadow Assassin because this card's just good. Nice. I got the Monk. Perfect. She can block elusives. Yep, it's spider aggro. This is a little bit of a frightening matchup. If I don't find like an early Kinku Lifeblade, I do think this is a really bad matchup. Like a 30% chance of winning. Assuming both of us play perfectly, of course. Like, I really do think, like, just aggro in general, I think it's the worst matchup for me. Like, you need an early elusive with a standalone. I'd say followed up with... Yeah, I'm gonna drop the Solitary Monk. I don't care what you say here, opponent. I'd say, like, follow it up with a, early 3-drop elusive or something with standalone and follow up with a Kinku Lifeblade. Refuge is good, I'd say, though. Like, it's really good to have, so I feel like I'm doing okay now. I've seen some people, this guy's not in Freljord, but I've seen some people doing Iceborne Legacy stuff. I don't think that's good in the current meta, but hey, maybe. All right, Karma. This is one of the games where we're going to have to just drop Karma on 5. Okay, I got a plan here. My plan is... Hopefully they don't kill my guy. All right. Well, that changes my plan. I'm just going to barrier now. Hold on, let me think here real quick. I have 6 mana next turn. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. The plan was play Spirit's Refuge on my 4-1, block something, Relentless Pursuit to crack back and get an 8 health swing. Well, now I can do it again. All right. So, just gonna do this. Block like that and block like this, and hopefully it's enough. I'm a little afraid. Brothers Bond is scary. Hopefully I don't get aggroed here too hard. But yeah, this guy... I should be blocking... Well, it's a Brothers Bond. Am I dead? 3 more. Can you do it? Okay, thank God. You can't do enough. Rear guard. Sure. Thank you for not... As long as you don't kill my... Monk, I'm fine. That's a really good draw.
No suffering, so we may end it. It won't get past me. This is my cause.
I want to attack in here with this guy. I should attack in with the 4-1 as well, but I want to attack in... Yeah, actually, this is a misplay. I should attack in with the 4-1, but I want to attack in at least with this guy. I wasn't thinking too hard here. But, yeah, go ahead. I'll trade. Let him trade. I was supposed to attack him with the 4-1 because they couldn't block it, but this is fine. It's all fine. That's a lot of rallies.
As fate
Oh, this is terrible. Please don't have another Brothers Bond. Oh. Well. That's lethal. As I said, this is a bad matchup, but oh well. GG. Good game. Anyway, though. So, you get to see the weakness of this deck. It does do bad against aggro. Anyway, though. Like I was saying, though. That's going to be it for the video. I think those two games, sorry, showed a lot of the strengths and weaknesses of the deck. I could have stabilized a little bit better, I think, in that last game if I played better. But as you can see, though, this deck, it has a lot of there's a lot of decision making to go on in the deck. I drew a lot of Relentless Pursuits that last game, but you know, sometimes, you know, card games, bad draws, mediocre draws, whatever you want to call them, they happen. So yeah, you could tech this deck more towards aggro. I don't exactly know what I would like myself if I wanted to try and tech it more towards aggro. Maybe like Herald of Spring is something you could play, but you don't really run that many units for Herald of Spring. So, I don't know. Anyway, though, that's going to be it. I highly recommend this deck if you're looking for some kind of control-y deck to play on the ladder that has decent success. I think it is probably the only Lux deck out there right now that's viable. There's I know some people are trying Lux Heimerdinger as well. I think like Lux Heimerdinger is slightly worse than this, but I am also sort of high up on it too with the new Mage Seekers, I believe is what they're called. Let me just check real quick because now I'm curious. Yeah, the Mage Seekers. I know some people are playing these. Aren't they? Oh, I just don't have Persuaders. I was going to say, like, where are my Persuaders? But yeah, I know some people are playing like Insiders, Investigators, and Persuaders in Lux Heimerdinger decks and are having relatively good success with it. So who knows? Maybe in the future, I'll think that's the better Lux deck. But this is also a good Lux deck. I just like Karma. Karma is one of my favorite cards in the game, so I'm a little biased. So yeah, like I was saying, if you are looking for a good control deck that gets to do a lot of spell spam, it gets to attack from different angles, it can just kill an opponent out of nowhere, thanks to Rally, Relentless Pursuit, this is the deck for you. Like I said, though, I hope you all enjoyed this video, this little deck tech, if you will, for this Karma Lux control deck. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like or a comment down below. If you guys want to keep up with all the Legends of Runeterra content that I will put out on my YouTube channel, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, I stream a lot of Legends of Runeterra on my Twitch account, so you can go check me out at twitch.tv/Zenaton. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all again once more for watching this video. Good luck in your games. I hope you draw fairly well, not unless you're going against me, of course. So with that all said and done, thank you all again once more for watching, and until I see you guys in the next video, bye!